Hi, it's Dan here from Flexxable, and today we're going to talk about how you can build an AI agency for $0 in 2024. Let's get stuck in. We're finishing up 2023 now. When we're moving into 2024, you might be an existing agency owner and you're looking to leverage AI. You might be someone that's working the 9 to 5. You might be just someone that wants a little bit of side income and a bit of a side hustle and want to stay in their job. The important thing to note is that AI is coming. It's a really good opportunity. It's going to disrupt a lot of industries and it's going to save clients a lot of money. I'm really excited about what the potential is here, but there's a really big mistake that people make when they're trying to start a side hustle or grow a business. And that is to overcomplicate things. Like you'll see some of the gurus or people selling programs and things like that saying that you have to start a drop shipping business or start an SEO agency or social media marketing agency. There's a lot of moving pieces to each of those things. And if you're trying to do that and compete with them, then it's going to be very hard for you to make inroads into these already competitive niches. And the best way that I know to be able to get started and get things moving quickly and to make some serious money out of the gate is to leverage other people's assets, other business owners' assets. And what I mean by assets is their database, okay? So if you imagine a roofing company, okay, in your local area that's established, that's got maybe 5 or 6 installers out there, and they maybe turn over $5–10 million a year. They have been in business for a long time. They would have had inquiries coming in through their website. They might have been running ads. Let's say that each month 500 inquiries come in, or let's just say 100 inquiries come in, and they've been doing this for 10 years, okay? 12 times 100 is 1,200 leads a year, times 10 years is 12,000 leads that they've got in their system, people that have inquired about them before. This type of business is not very good at staying on top of those leads because they're out installing roofs all the time. They're not marketers and they don't know how to work that database. This is where the opportunity lies. If you're able to approach a business like this, Mr. Roofer, if I'm able to make some money for you out of those 12,000 people, would you be willing to share the profits with me? I'm going to do it all out of my own pocket. There's no risk for you. All you have to do is close the lead when I introduce it back to you. And then once the job's done, we can split the profits. What do you think, Mr. Roofer? It's a very attractive offer for these clients. Trust me, I've done this over and over again. It's such an easy sell. And even people with no experience can do this, okay? Because the offer is so good. But you may be thinking, right, Dan, so that's all well and good saying that and it makes sense, but how do I actually deliver on this? Well, rewind 10 years ago, a guy called Dean Jackson came up with this thing called the 9-word email. And what he used to do was get hold of these roofers with those 12,000 people and send an email out to those 12,000 people that said something like, are you still looking for a roof or roofing repair or a flat roof? And out of those 12,000 people, he could pretty much guarantee that maybe 5% of people replied to that, which is a ton of leads that were previously thought as dead. He then used to have to install a team and his team used to have to respond to all of those messages as they would come in, and he would work them, and then if they sounded like they were a hot prospect, he'd pass them over to the client manually and they'd close it. And this was a resounding success. I mean, I'm talking that a lot of millionaires were made out of this process, a lot, okay? It's a back-end marketing agency. And it got me thinking recently, because I've done this, I've got my own database and I constantly re-engage them and I've done really well out of it. But what if we could, with the rise of AI, and I'm finally talking about AI now, what happens if we're able to re-engage those leads with a similar to the Dean Jackson 9-word email and use AI to do all the back and forth and qualifying, and then automatically sending them to the client when they are qualified or booking into the calendar? Well, I've got good news for you. It absolutely can happen. We call it the Sleeping Beauty Android because it wakes up dead databases. It's 100% free. There'll be a link below this video which shows you how to kind of set it up for yourself and give it a go. But what it does is it sends out a hand raiser SMS. We call it the Prince Charming because it wakes up the database. And what happens then is the lead corresponds with the bot back and forth and then books it into an appointment with the client, right? So it means that what would used to take many, many hours and a lot of manpower can now be done all automatically for a fraction of the cost. I mean, the cost of a few SMSs. In fact, one of my students that is doing this has just landed the US Army as a client, okay? So they run their own ads and they've got a huge database of people that were trying to get into the Army that didn't or applied or whatever. He's now doing this for the Army, and this is a real thing, okay? I'm not saying you're gonna land the Army as a client, but on the other hand, there's millions and millions of businesses out there that have this asset sitting there waiting to be cash flowed, and they don't know how to do it. And you do, you potentially might, and you also have the skills to be able to do this. So how can you do this for $0? First of all, you don't even need to have a website for this. Probably advisable if you're gonna really take this seriously, but you don't need any kind of setup costs. You don't need to spend any money on ads. The only thing you have to do is reach out to a client that's that's got a database and ask them if they need some more money. It's basically that easy. As far as delivering the AI, okay, and the element that kind of re-engages and books people back in, we use software called High Level to do this, okay? And it has got a cost per month, but as a friend of mine, you can try this for 30 days, all right? There'll be a link, it's all explained in the description below. This CRM called High Level is what connects to OpenAI and ChatGPT and allows this to kind of, load up these contact numbers and send the SMSs, and everything moves from there, right? So there is going to have to be a cost to have a system like this to kind of get going, but for 30 days you can actually test and trial this for free and get it set up. How do you set it up and how all of that kind of works? Well, I've got, it's a free challenge. It's how you can make 1K per week using ChatGPT with clients' databases. It's a 5-day challenge. There again is going to be a link in the description which shows you how it works and what it does. And as I said, it's 100% free, okay? And it's going to be a really good opportunity for you if you are looking for that side hustle and you do want to make some extra income, then it's definitely worth a look because it's going to really help you. The first video is just really an overview of how it works with examples. The second day is opening your account with High Level and making sure that you can connect High Level with ChatGPT. It shows you how to do that. It also gives you, I know I said you don't need it, but it's actually got a website template in there that you can kind of upload and just fill in the blanks and you'll have your own AI agency template within an hour. Day 3 is about setting up your Sleeping Beauty Android, okay? And that might be confusing you right now, but just trust me, there's a step-by-step guide on how to do that. There's a Google Doc below the video, which you can follow if you're more of a reader, but it really is about getting that set up and being able to test it for yourself so you know that it's gonna work before you present it to your client. Day 4 is about the best niches to go after and the ones that you should avoid at all costs. That's really important. And we also show you how to demo, like when you've actually got that client interested, how to jump on a Zoom with someone and demo what this looks like and how it works and how you can impress the client. Because once they see it, they're like immediately sold. You don't really need any sales skills or anything like that. And then day 5, I have a webinar with a guy called Travis Sago, and we show you how to land clients without any paid ads via cold outreach and also what we call referral mojo. All right, that's in day 5. By the end of it, you're going to have the Sleeping Beauty Android built. You're going to be able to know how to close people on Zoom with the demonstration, and you're also going to know how to be landing clients, all right? Within 5 days, with $0 down, you're going to be able to land clients and get started. We are entering a very interesting time in history with AI, at the forefront of everyone's mind. I always say that clients don't really understand it, but they know that they want it and need it. They just don't know how to implement it into their business. And without a doubt, the best way, in my opinion, to do that is to let it trawl through your client's database and reactivate these leads and then sell them back to the clients. It's super simple. We're doing it right now along with all of my students. It's working very well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today on how to create an AI agency for $0. As I said, the 5-day challenge is going to be for you. It's going to show you how you can do this. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and I'll speak to you soon.